Welcome back to HomeKit 5. I'm Josh.
I'm Brayden.
This week we're talking about Apple.
Yeah.
Wwdc. Literally just happened hours ago. Brayden stayed the night and we watched it today together, and we wanted to get this episode out like immediately as soon as we could to kind of give you what's going on and our thoughts on it all. So we're going to just kind of start with, we're looking at the screen. We'll have some show notes or some links in the show notes if you want to kind of catch up with written blog posts. But so I think the first feature that actually dropped when we were watching was, it was like announced during the iOS part of it. They were talking about wallet, and they're like, we're trying to replace keys, and then they talked about car keys, and then they're like, and also your home keys, and then they like glossed right over it, and then they're like, and hotel keys, and it was like, wait, what's that home key thing? That was so weird. But then when they got around to the home, they did talk about it, and it looks like, I don't know how the interaction's gonna happen yet, but it looks like you'll be able to add a key to your wallet that you can bring up and then bring near your smart lock device, and it will just unlock it, and you'll be able to use your watch as well. So I'm assuming this is using Bluetooth. I don't know. Maybe Wi-Fi? I mean, we have a Wi-Fi lock, so I don't know.
Yeah, I really have no clue on this one.
Yeah, they didn't really explain a whole lot there. So hoping we get some documentation coming out on that this week. Kind of excited for this one. Seems like it'd be much cooler to just like double tap your phone and hold it up there. So
yeah. One of the next big features was SharePlay. This one also had come out during the iOS presentation, and this one feels kind of familiar to Discord. You know, like you're able to share your screen on Discord and Zoom and all that.
Yeah. But there's a lot of apps out there that let you share your screen.
But alongside sharing your screen, you can also share media, like TV shows and music.
Yeah.
And you can also AirPlay that to an Apple TV while on a FaceTime call. So you can pick it up on your phone and then just send that over to the TV, and it's all synced up across the board. It's
kind of fascinating that they've like created this technology that like lets you sync, so everyone's watching the same scene at the same time, but you're having like that FaceTime interaction. I think we're starting to see now, this feature was probably why we got some kind of FaceTime integration into the TV OS a while back, was for SharePlay. I don't think there were many people that probably had that on their bingo card as to why we saw FaceTime and TV OS, but pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. So the next feature was during, we moved into the home segment. They did pack a lot in there, but it went really quick, and it was definitely not everything we hoped for sure. There was, for me, before we like dive into the rest of it, like there was no update on the home app being refined or changed. There was no home OS announcement. That was the big news that circulated this week, was like, wait, what's home OS? It was posted in a job posting. That didn't come around at all. What else were we missing that we were hoping for? I can't even think of it all now. There were so many on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess more than anything, I was really hoping to see like some kind of video HomePod or something coming out, but that did not come to fruition.
Yeah.
I guess it's still possible that they could come out with something in like the October update. So Siri will now expand and be able to operate and control your TV, which I always thought was odd that you couldn't do that. So I'm kind of excited for this one. You can tell it to turn on a show. You can do all kinds of things. So you can use a HomePod Mini to control your Apple TV if you want. So it's nice to see that kind of interaction coming together.
Yeah. Up next, some more Siri stuff. Apple has allowed third-party developers to integrate Siri into their devices. So hopefully we will see more HomeKit devices that will also support Siri integration. The first one of those is the Ecobee, Ecobee thermostat.
They've announced it, but they haven't said if it's gonna like be a separate product or like is it the Ecobee 4 already had Alexa integration, so that tells me it probably has most of the hardware it needs and it's already HomeKit certified. So it's like, is it just like a firmware update they can drop for the Ecobee 4? I don't know. Hopefully that's all it is. But
yeah,
kind of exciting to think that they're now allowing third-party devices to introduce Siri, so you're going to be able to get more ubiquitous voice control throughout your home, like has been prevalent on the Alexa side of things for a while. Yeah. So HomeKit camera enhancements. I think, again, this was another case of like we were watching a different segment and it was like, wait, did they just say that?
Yeah.
And it was like HomeKit relevant. So they were announcing the new iCloud Plus, which is just like they've renamed their top tier of iCloud. And it's going to be the same price, but you now get new features with it. One of them being unlimited cameras. Yes. So excited. Excited. We were counting, like they popped cameras up on the TV and I was like, there's 5. And then like they started popping more on. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yes.
Very excited for that one for sure. The other thing that they kind of highlighted in the home section of WWDC was showing the ability to control accessories while you're viewing cameras. In particular, they kind of like got into this camera mode with the doorbell, but then they hit something on the remote and it like zoomed out and showed multiple cameras. And it was in that moment that I realized that HomeCam was being Sherlocked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you're not aware, there's a famous move by Apple to Sherlock something. They took over search as a core OS feature a long time ago, and there was an app called Sherlock that they kind of like killed off by doing that. So
yes,
it's always sad when it happens.
Yep.
Tough business to be in, I suppose.
Yep.
But it does look interesting, so I think I don't know. Like I'm kind of excited to get more native video integration with tvOS. So not terrible.
Yeah. Something that goes alongside the HomeKit camera enhancements is the package detection. So now, when you look on your doorbell, your phone will notify you if there's a package on your front porch.
Yeah.
Or anywhere where a camera is.
Yeah, it's not just a doorbell, but that seems like the obvious candidate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like if the package gets too close to my door, my doorbell won't see it. I don't know. But it's a nice touch. Like, it was like a small enhancement to the kind of the AI from last year's announcement. Like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then it got weird because they're like, we're going to support Matter. And it's like, but you guys already support Thread. Yeah. Like, what does that mean exactly? Like, my understanding is these Matter devices are all just devices with Thread chips in them, and they're just going to guarantee that they interoperate with any system down the road. So I don't know that this means much other than, like, just trying to standardize language around Thread networks and smart home compatibility. Like, it was just such a breeze of a statement that they put in there.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure it meant anything, really.
Yeah, I really don't know. Yeah. Next up, HomePod related, they have announced that voice recognition is coming for everybody. So,
right.
Yeah.
So this is a feature where it's like it can recognize that you're the one talking, and it can then like set reminders for you, or it can like pull up your specific music playlists. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. I think we briefly talked about it maybe already existing because, more just confusion that it didn't already exist.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was already there, but I don't think it was fully there in the way that they've talked about it now. Yeah, the other exciting thing is there's now going to be a home app directly on the Apple Watch. So you'll be able to control devices from your Apple Watch, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, another one of those things where Apple kind of Sherlocked it. Just so many third-party apps that have basically been like, oh, well, this is the home app for the Apple Watch. And then Apple was like, no,
this one
we'll
is.
do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you already bundled the next story up with the previous one.
I think I did.
Okay. So HomePod Mini, you can now pair that directly to an Apple TV 4K.
In stereo mode.
In stereo mode, yeah. So again, no real specifics on this, so I'm not 100% sure that this is going to be like the original HomePod where you can set it to always play to the pair of HomePod Minis, or if this will work with all Apple TVs because it specifically says Apple TV 4K.
That's a valid point. I do think that when they say pair HomePod Mini with Apple TV 4K, they are saying that you'll be able to set that as a dedicated output. The thing that is not clear to me, or most likely won't happen, is I don't think you're going to get any of the high-end sound options that you got with the HomePod Mini pair. Like, you're not going to get like this Dolby Atmos like great experience because it's like it's two little HomePod Minis.
Yeah,
they ain't the best. They're pretty good, but definitely room for improvement there.
Yep. And I guess finally, this isn't really a HomeKit thing, but we have new screensavers for the Apple TV. As we do.
Yeah.
So often.
Yeah. I'm not sure that's super interesting.
No, it really isn't.
The one thing that none of these articles mentioned is just the fact that Siri is now going to be doing more on-device processing.
Oh, yeah.
Which that looked amazing to me. So when you ask Siri to do something, if it's able to like easily understand the command, it won't have to like farm it out to a voice recognition server and then get a response back or whatever it was doing before. I assume that's how it worked. But now it's just like happening on device and responding almost immediately. So it looks like maybe we're getting that like machine learning kind of integration right there on your phone or your watch. Yeah. And it looked really fast.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this improvement because I definitely feel like the lack of on-device Siri kind of processing actually leads to most of the frustration and problems I have with the home devices around here. Like I can open the home app and press one of the tiles and like things happen like that, but like pressing or I guess telling my phone to like turn something on or off and it's just like churn. Sorry, I can't do that. And it's like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Definitely. Alongside that, now that also allows you to use Siri offline for certain things. So like it doesn't have to make internet requests. It'll just do it, and I mean it is almost instantaneous. Like they showed it off and it was like back-to-back Siri requests and it was just doing them super fast.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited for these updates. I definitely wish we would have gotten more. Some kind of like U1 integration into the home was one thing I think everyone was kind of thinking about and hoping for. But that, it just didn't seem to manifest itself in the keynote, but that's not to say we don't get it. I think we'll just have to watch as the week unfolds and more sessions are out there and we learn what kind of things are added to HomeKit support-wise. But, and again, it doesn't look like we got any like new device types that we saw in the announcement. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but definitely was hoping for more. Definitely feel like, I mean, it got a dedicated section, and they went back to their kind of dedicated home set that they had showed off the HomePod Mini in so long ago. Feels like forever ago. So yeah, I don't know. Like I'm excited that it kind of got like a top billing, but definitely felt like it could have been more. But man, there was a lot packed into the keynote for sure.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But yeah, I guess just stay tuned. We'll definitely come back next week, and we'll kind of cover like 2 weeks worth of info, because we still got to talk about these nano leaf wood panels that they came out with, and there's more thread stuff that's happened. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to catch up on, but we just wanted to be very focused on WWDC happening today and just kind of talk about everything that we saw and what we thought. I'm excited. I think we'll we didn't mention the other big one, shortcuts on the Mac.
Oh yeah,
I actually think that's huge. I'm super excited for that one, and I kind of wonder, like, it feels like it might be easier to sit down on a bigger computer with a keyboard and mouse and like build shortcuts that way, and then share them to your other devices to be able to run. I don't know. I'm pretty excited for that one.
Yeah, for sure.
And also that universal control.
Oh, that
thing
insane.
Just blew our minds. Like, we were just both sitting there mouth agape, like, what is happening? Like, Craig Federini like slowly moved the mouse over, and it looked like it was like starting to push onto the iPad from the laptop, and I was like, what is happening? Totally mind-blowing. So if you didn't see that, I would definitely check that piece out. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, for listening this week. We will see you next week with regular HomeKit news from other places other than Apple. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.